Reporting live from Hypers Club in Atlanta for Hype Plus News, I'm Symphony. On the latest episode of Tea Time with Raven and Miranda, Raven Symone would host her former TV brother, Kyle Massey, who was most known as Corey Braxter on That's So Raven. Both Raven and Corey played siblings on the hit Disney Channel sitcom for 4 seasons, and their reunion comes right after their TV dad, Rondell Sheridan, appeared on the podcast, as they seem to be tapping into the nostalgic feeling from their audience. While reminiscing about their time together filming the show, they would bring up Orlando Brown, who portrayed Raven's best friend, Eddie, on the sitcom. Now, during the conversation, Raven and Kyle would allude to Orlando wanting to adopt Kyle as his own child because Kyle just so happened to have Orlando as his middle name.
I do want to touch on Orlando with you.
Oh, okay.
Just for 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be really clean.
Mm-hmm.
As someone who wanted to adopt you as his little brother.
Yo, I can't with Raven right now. Is this a real question?
Yes. Kyle, I just want to touch on Orlando a little bit. As someone who...
After sharing laughs, Raven would remind Kyle of another story involving Orlando, where he allegedly performed for 50,000 people. Here, the three had trouble controlling themselves, laughing over Brown's wild claim. And it seems like some online users would take offense to Raven and Kyle laughing at Orlando's expense because they feel Raven and Kyle were belittling him.
A question though, do you think he actually performed for millions of people?
Fucking no. I don't know.
Okay, but so one day he was like, yo, I performed for 20,000.
What she said, you guys, was that Orlando came to set one day and told everyone, specifically Raven and Kyle, that he had performed for 20,000 people.
No, it was 50,000.
50,000.
It was 50,000.
After seeing the clip, one user on social media would write, Orlando Brown has mental health and addiction problems. So yes, he's probably said wild things. But this trashing him and laughing at him is not good for his mental health. This is how people die. Very insensitive on Raven's part. Another social media user would share a similar opinion, writing, I'm watching Raven's podcast and she has Kyle, Corey Braxter, as a special guest, and they have made it clear that Orlando Brown has low-key always been a mess, and we're just now getting to see it. One more user would write, Raven and Kyle talking about Orlando Brown together is effing funny AF. Now, if you're not familiar, just last month, Raven and her wife would make an appearance on the Jason Lee show, where Raven spoke very fondly of her former co-star Orlando. During her interview with Lee, Raven would reveal she always chooses her words carefully when publicly speaking on Brown. Speaking on Orlando Brown and their relationship over the years, she would say, I have to be careful about what I say about Orlando because I'm going to keep it 100. This is a safe space. Orlando is very smart. His tongue quips are faster than mine, and I know that. He could come off the dome like that. He's been doing that since I've known him, and I've known him for a very long time. My quips come 3 weeks later. I know his family. I know him. I know him. Before drugs, after drugs. During God, not during God. And he was a comedic genius, and he's still making people laugh. Now, in the same interview, Raven will also mention why she never feels the need to address any of Brown's public claims about her. In the past, Brown has said he had had a relationship with Raven, which even involved the two allegedly having a sexual relationship. On why she doesn't feel the need to reply to any of Brown's claims, Raven said, I'm secure enough in my bank account and my life where I don't have to dig that deep to take it. And I also don't have to defend myself about anything because that was his experience. Interestingly enough, Brown would share that same video clip from the Jason Lee show on his own Instagram page, and in the caption asked his followers, was Ray's message good or bad about me? From the comments, most users took Raven's side, telling Orlando that Raven was supportive of him, said kind words, and gave him his flowers. In addition, Orlando would also share an invitation he received to appear as a guest on Raven's Tea Time podcast. As a caption, he wrote, "Hey now, what you say now? About to put it down. Yeah, come on and ride with Ray now. And the future looks great now, and everything's gonna change now. Let's rock." Now, almost 2 months later, we have yet to see Orlando on Raven's podcast. But since we've seen former That's So Raven co-stars Rondell Sheridan and Kyle Massey sharing stories about their time on the show. When Sheridan appeared on the podcast, of course, Orlando's name was mentioned, where Raven once again spoke highly of Brown and gave him his flowers, calling him one of the most talented men of his generation. Even though many messages considered Raven and Kyle's laughing to be insensitive towards Orlando, it's clear that Raven still has a love and respect for Orlando that she doesn't publicly vocalize.
My real question though, do you think he actually performed for millions of people?
I don't know.
Okay, but so one day he was like, "Yo, I performed for 20,000."
So, what do you guys think about Raven Symone and Kyle Massey laughing at a story Orlando Brown told them on set of That's So Raven? Do you think them laughing was insensitive towards Orlando or just old friends reminiscing? Would you love to see Orlando on Raven's Tea Time podcast? Let us know in the comments below. And be sure to stay up to date with the latest news and comedy by subscribing right here to our YouTube channel. Hit the bell and select all so you will receive notifications to all of our content and not just some. Check out Hypers Club for all your cool and original merchandise and content. And for our YouTube viewers, if you appreciated this update, don't forget you can send us a super thanks by hitting the button below, and you can tip us what you want to show your support. Reporting live from Hypers Club in Atlanta, for Hype Plus News, I'm Symphony.